Now, though, we are very much celebrating the life of Rob Burrow. What a man. The former rugby star, of course, died earlier on this month. He was only 41, but of course he had to live with motor neuron disease for almost 5 years. Well, Rob called his wife Lindsey his superhero, and in his memory, of course, she wants to continue the legacy, and she joins me now. How are you? How are you? You're right.
I'm good, thanks, Lorraine. It's been a tough few weeks, but I just, I know Rob wants us to be happy, and I'm determined to continue to make Rob proud and live on his legacy.
What an amazing guy. We're just seeing him there. And, you know, you forget he's done so much in his life. And you think he was such an incredible ambassador for motor neuron and the money that was raised, the awareness and everything. But he was some player, wasn't he?
He was. He might have been small in stature, but he was a giant of a man and just an inspiration to us all. You know, he had such an amazing career, and then to be the face of, the M&D community in such difficult circumstances. I think for him to open his doors and show the world at a time when he's at his most vulnerable was a really courageous and brave thing to do.
It really was, and continues to be. That's the thing. He might not be here with you, and I can't imagine how hard that is for you. Your whole life is changed dramatically. But he's still here in so many ways, isn't he?
Absolutely. Rob taught us so much. He taught us to be positive. I mean, his final message about, being brave and facing our fears, Rob lived that to every word, and I think he will continue to live on with us, and he'll be with us every step of the way.
Well, that's the thing. And even when he was going through this, and it's a cruel and horrible, horrible disease, as we know, and you gave us a real insight into what that was like with the documentaries and all of the things that you've done, he was still your Rob. He was still in there. Even though his body was failing, he was still there, wasn't he?
He was. He was such a devoted family man. He worshipped the children. He would, just enjoy spending time with the children, and that's what he lived for. And I think the children kept him going right to the end. And he wouldn't give in us till his final breath. But he fought a courageous battle with MND, and we're incredibly proud of him.
Oh, I bet you are. And how are the kids? Are they okay?
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. My role now, they're my priority in making sure that they're supported through the grief. But they're just incredibly proud of the dad and the legacy that he leaves. Incredibly proud.
Oh, so they should be. All of you are. The outpouring of sympathy, of course, but also people just wanting to pay tribute to Rob. Whether you're a rugby fan, whether you just admire him, whether you're friends or family. Did that help you a little bit? All of these amazing things that have been happening.
Absolutely. I think the outpouring of love and support that we've received as a family has been incredible, and it really has brought comfort to us in these, these tough times. And we've had so many special messages and just people reaching out. And I think Rob was such an inspiration to so many people. He showed us the way. He showed us how to be brave. He showed us how to be positive, resilient, and that's what we've got to remember.
And he really did, Lindsey. I mean, even when you obviously were together, he never complained. He never said, "Why me?" He never complained. He was always looking to the future. That's remarkable.
It's I think, when you look at what MND has taken from Rob, and he was, never looked for self-pity, he never felt sorry for himself, and, it's just, as I say, it's just such a huge inspiration to us all. And I think, we all need to be a bit more like Rob.
Do you know what? That's a great thing to say, and I think that's very true, because some of us can, succumb to self-pity over things that we shouldn't. And it's understandable sometimes, but the way he's shown us the way. He's shown us the way. Obviously, his legacy continues with MND awareness and fundraising and all of that, but also something very close to your heart, because you had to care for him. Of course you did.
Yes.
You did. And you've been in touch with an awful lot of people, unpaid carers, and what an amazing job they do. And sometimes unsung,
Absolutely. I think, if I can shine a light on carers and through my experience, because I think they're often unseen, they're often unforgotten, and they are basically keeping our country going. They save the NHS about £162 billion a year, which is equivalent of a second NHS service.
It's incredible,
and without
Lindsey.
those people, it's just, So I think, as well as carrying on Rob's legacy, I want to continue to raise that awareness for carers and the work that they do.
It's very, very important. And I know that you have got such a huge reaction to that, and you're a brilliant spokeswoman for that as well. It's a great thing to do. And again, I bet you hear him saying, "Yeah, on you go, on you go, Lindsey. Do that for us. Do that for us."
Yeah, absolutely. He inspires me, and I think, like you say, if we can all just do that little bit to help, then the world will be such a better place.
Oh, of course it will. Of course it will. And like I said, it does rob you of so much, this illness. But he's just shown how to. The dignity of the man was astonishing, and the friends that you both have, that's going to continue as well, that support.
Yeah, there has. I think, you know, that the friendship and the camaraderie and the brotherhood that we've seen throughout Rob's battle and how people have come together, not just from the rugby league community, but from all different communities to kind of show the support is really heartwarming.
No, it's fantastic. And you had this great relationship. You two could talk about anything. I mean, you know, you talked about the kids and you talked about the future. I mean, you must have known you didn't have that much time left. You don't know how much time you've got left. But you talked about absolutely everything, didn't you?
Yeah, there were no barriers, and
No.
we've kept the children involved. You know, we've always been open and honest with the children. That was really important to us because I never wanted to give them false hope. I never wanted to say, you know, Daddy will get better and then in years to come. So, yeah, but I think that's from Rob. He was the tower of the strength. He was the one that kept us together. And, you know, had it not been for his positivity, then this could have been a completely different story.
Oh, I know. It must be so hard for all of you. Of course it must. Even with all this support, even with all this love. You know, it's difficult. It's just difficult. But looking to the future, there's going to be so much for you and the kids to look forward to, isn't there?
Absolutely. His legacy will live on. So we've got the opening of the M&D Specialist Centre in Rob's
brilliant,
next
isn't it?
summer. Yes, yeah. So they've done the groundbreaking and work started on the building, which is incredible. That's going to be a specialist flagship centre in Leeds, in Rob's name, that will mean so much to the M&D community and the families as well. So, yeah, just so much to look forward to. And, you know, we have the Rob Burrow Marathon and Rob's podcast. So there's just incredible things will still, his legacy will live on.
It really will, Lindsey, and you'll make sure of that. You will make sure you're flying the flag, you know, not just for MND, but also for carers as well. Come back and see us anytime. You know, it's important that when a life, you know, he's had a life well lived. I know it was taken away far too early, but just to say, what a guy. What a guy. That's all we want to say. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.